For it. Everybody, this is Angela Box. I'm Tom Atkins. Angela.
Hello. Hello, everyone. Okay.
Go for it.
My name is Angela Box. I am a school teacher who was recently attacked by Randy Wallace and Fox 26 News for stating my political views on Tommy's Garage, a political and satirical television show. His story made false claims about me, took what I said out of context, was unfairly edited, and featured racially charged narration. Then, Quanell X, a leader of the New Black Panther Party and the New Black Muslims, issued a press release that attributed a vile and hateful quote to me. This is a lie. I demand that Quanell X apologize to me for his lies. I demand that he apologize to my students and their parents for these lies. I demand that he apologize to my school and my co-workers for these lies. And I demand that he apologize to this community for these lies. This false and malicious quote has damaged my reputation and caused significant harm to me on a personal and a professional level. For the record, like most people around the world, I vehemently and passionately oppose radical Islam. Also, like most Americans, I strongly oppose most of President Obama's policies and the negative direction he is taking this country. Disagreeing with the President of the United States or sounding the alarm about radical Islam is not racist. Millions of Americans also share my views, and that doesn't make them racist either. I will no longer accept people using false claims of racism, bigotry, or hatred to bludgeon anyone into silence or capitulation. It is time to hold these people accountable. Thank you.
Thanks, Angela. I'll go next. Let's do the camera scenes. I just need this space right here.
We're just going to move the mics for you.
That's fine. No, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, I'll see. As long as that thing shows up, good. Thanks, man. Thanks for thinking of me, dude. I appreciate that. Let me know when you're all ready. Everybody ready? Anybody not ready? We're all good? All right. My name is Tom Atkins. I'm the producer of Tommy's Garage. You can find us on Media Source TV. That's the Houston Media Source, the local public access channel here. This is the press release by Quanell X right here. You've all seen this, right? Read the part in yellow to yourselves. I'd rather not say what he said. Let's pay close attention to this part right here is Quanell X quote. He claims Angela Box said this. Now, I've had enough of this. So what I'm going to do here, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000. I've got $1,000 here for Quanell X. $1,000 that he can prove that Angela Box said that quote. No verbal testimony. I want irrefutable proof. Anybody can get somebody to lie for money, so I want proof. I mean, look at Quanell X for crying out loud. I need proof. If he does not accept this challenge, I reserve the right to call Quanell X a liar forever. In fact, I'll call him Quanell Liar every time I refer to him for the rest of his life. Now, I spoke to Quanell just before the press conference. I asked him, where did you get this statement? And he stuttered. The first time I ever heard Quanell X stutter in my entire life. Some parent came and told me. So he's repeating a lie on hearsay? Did that parent ever tell the school? No. I say bull. So let me rewind, Quanell, here. If you repeat a lie without verifying authenticity, that's still lying. So here's $1,000 that Quanell X can take home with him. All he has to do is prove Angela Box said that. You got 24 hours, Quanell. 24 hours, or I'm going to refer to you as Quanell Liar the rest of your life. Or just admit you lied. Admit you lied about Angela Box. Just tell the truth. Now, while I'm at it, I'm calling out the Houston Press, Houston Chronicle, Texas Monthly, and any other media outlet that parroted this story without any research. So I did some research for you just to make your job a little easier. So let's see the great racist Angela Box in action. I got a clip for you guys. It'd be great to see. She picks her dream cabinet. Here it is.
Ted Cruz, President of the United States. Rand Paul, Vice President of the United States. Sarah Palin, Secretary of Energy, or head of the Environmental Protection Agency. John Bolton, Secretary of State. Alan West, Secretary of Defense. Joe Arpaio, Director of Immigration and Customs Enforcement.
Right there.
Trey Gowdy, Attorney General. Mike Lee, next Supreme Court nominee. Louis Gohmert, Speaker of the House. Ben Carson, Secretary of Health and Human Services. Michelle Bachmann, Ambassador to the United Nations. Mitt Romney, Secretary of the Treasury. Yeah, I do that. Tim Scott, Majority Leader in the Senate. But before that, I would just take, let's shut down the damn border already, people.
There you go.
We rest our case.
7 white guys, 3 black, 2 women, 2 Hispanics. Angela, you are a terrible, terrible racist. You gotta step it up.
Yeah, now, here Angela tells me how she feels about the Republican Party.
I have varied feelings on this election. First of all, the GOP is a rudderless, pathetic, feckless party. They have nothing. They will not stand for anything. All they're going to do is say, we're not Obama. You know what? Screw that. The American people deserve better than that. I think that, again, I'm going to go back to the Republicans, the fact that they are continuing to kind of quasi-support amnesty for illegal grifters.
Yeah. Big one.
Off. And the fact that they're not standing for shit. Stand for something.
Ooh, that doesn't sound like she's much of a Democrat. Now here Angela talks about Mia Love, the first black conservative woman elected to the House.
What race are you watching?
I'm watching 3. I'm watching the Mia Love race in the 4th Utah congressional. This woman should have been in the Congress 2 years ago. She's a superstar. And she's running against a white liberal, so imagine that. Also, Don Bongino in the 6th.
Now here, everybody says she's racist against Muslims.
Missouri is a badass fighter pilot from the UAE. How badass? That's right, she led the first strikes on ISIS. That's badass.
Can we please, pretty please, trade her for Obama and we'll throw in Joe Biden too?
I'd take her right now.
Yeah, you want the thing.
She offers to trade Barack Obama for a female Muslim fighter pilot with a burqa? Well, and here's a quick assortment of Tommy's Garage post-election quotes. Keep your eye on Angela, and you can check out just how racist we are.
But this is my favorite one. In San Diego County, Carl DeMayo, anybody hear of him? He's a gay, right-wing nut. Yes. And he won.
Yes.
One of the most right-wing candidates you can possibly nut. Yes, sir. So I thought that was outstanding. So,
Mia Love, I would consider Mia Love a nice. I didn't know that was going to happen because it happened kind of late.
Right.
But I'm glad that happened. My favorite story is probably Tim Scott.
yeah.
Enjoyed the hell out of that, and especially the Twitter morons that came behind him saying Uncle Tom, Carlos. Same thing with Mia Love. Act white, keep the power, and it just pisses me off when people just can't stomach the fact that somebody can stand on their own feet, not fall back on the fact that their race is different, and win a freaking election on principle.
Mia Love, a black Haitian elected right-wing Utah. Tim Scott, elected black senator from South Carolina. That's the heart of Dixie. Carl DeMayo, the gay Republican, elected in San Diego. Elise Stefanik, the youngest woman ever elected to Congress from New York. I mean, this is insane. This is beautiful. Not only conservative women, conservative young voters, conservative blacks, gays, and Hispanics run for office, Republicans will vote with them. All these myths are destroyed. Why? Because they're 100% manufactured bullshit, media-driven crap. So finally, America saw right through it, and it's about time. That's what I'm saying.
Sorry, I'm still digging on the whole Tim Scott thing.
Little said, well, he's just not appointed. He's a Republican's not appointed. Now he won. I know. Well, the truth is, Republicans, especially libertarian Republicans, should be the natural place, by the way, for gay people. That's why I'm so excited about the Carl DeMayo story out in San Diego. You know, besides, does anybody here really give a shit who Steve to do?
Watch this. First person, Angela.
The great race hustle has become a national industry, makes billions on the bodies of dead black men, and that's really sad. For all I know, we may have lost 1,000 Martin Luther Kings this year alone, or all across America, due to black on black violence, and that's what really worries me the most. All right.
Well, that accusation that Tommy's Garage are bigots kind of falls apart when our entire cast and audience is thrilled that Republicans elected gay, black, and Hispanics all over America. The idea that Angela Box is racist, a racist that openly supports a black woman getting elected to the House of Representatives, a racist who rejoices when a black man gets elected to the Senate, who thinks a female Muslim might make a better president than Barack Obama, who dreams a presidential cabinet filled with blacks, Hispanics, and women, a far more diverse cabinet, by the way, than Barack Obama ever had. And what kind of racist spends her entire teaching career, 5 years, working for peanuts in almost 100% black, Muslim, and Hispanic schools to help these children to a better life without one complaint about racism anywhere? And I'll state this. I think Angela Box has done more to help the black, Hispanic, and Muslim community than almost anybody in Houston, especially that race-hustling community jackass, Quanell X. Thousands of dollars, homie. Come and get it. Or admit you lied. Right here, Quanell. Any questions?
I apologize. We came in a hair late. Can you tell me about that $1,000 right there again?
This $1,000 is to Quanell X. If he can prove that Angela Box said this off of his press release.
There's more than that quote.
Oh, yeah. We got a whole, there's the long, I'll give it to you if you want. This is what he said. And once he said this, the black community simply said, well, it must be true. And now we have parents screaming and yelling at her school, pulling their kids out of her classroom, and it's a lie. I got $1,000 here, right here, that says Quanell X cannot prove that she said that. I'll give it to him. He could donate to the black Muslims. He could donate to ISIS. I don't give a damn where he puts it to. There is $1,000. And if he doesn't, I reserve the right to call him Quanell Liar. And I will refer to him as Quanell Liar for the rest of his life, unless he either comes clean and says he lied about Angela Box, or he proves that she said this. Angela, I'll tell you right now, if you said that, I'll kick you off the show, I'll never speak to you again, and I'll say terrible things about you, just like Quanell X is doing. However, if you can't, I'll embrace Angela Box as one of the best friends I've ever had in my life. There's $1,000 right there that says Quanell X is a liar. Put up or shut up.
Have either of you, have either of you spoken to Quanell, made him the offer over the phone or in person?
Hold on. Well, what's my offer? And
I'm sorry.
And I have not.
Okay.
I
How
have
about
two
you?
questions though.
I'm not answering questions today. I'm sorry.
Why not, Angela?
Because on the advice of my attorney, I will not be answering questions.
But we understand, Angela, that you had some students being pulled out of your class. Can you tell us how many?
I'm not going to be answering questions today.
Not even about the fact
Let's
that...
say it's a significant amount.
So how many students do you have in school now?
I'm not going to answer that question.
And did they put I think they put a student, like a teacher's assistant in your class too?
Again, I'm not going to answer that.
Those are questions you could ask the school, and I'm sure they'll tell you.
Well, let us ask you this. CARE has come out asking that the school do its own investigation. What is your response to that?
CARE is now a terrorist organization, according to almost every nation on earth, except for the United States of America. That tells me a lot about Barack Obama. But CARE is a terrorist organization. I think they should be investigated. And by the way, if a terrorist organization has a hard time with Angela Box, good.
Badge of honor, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, here's a question that doesn't involve your case,
Hold on, let's get
but it's
on
something
the mic,
that y'all might contend with on the show.
Can you put...
I'm sorry.
We got a mic guy that does that stuff for us now.
Have you ever met Quanell?
No.
Wait, hold on. Let's get his question first.
Angela, a teacher in Duncanville was recently fired after her inflammatory tweet made on her private time became public. Should she have been fired? Was she wrongly fired? This is a First Amendment issue?
I think it's a First Amendment issue, but what I'm disturbed about is the corollary between what I do and what she said on Twitter. Because the last time I checked, I didn't say that all white people are crackers and should be murdered. I'm just saying.
Something Quanell X has said a couple times, by the way.
So do you think, I mean, you've taught sure exactly how long you've been at HISD, but do you feel like the parents have been misinformed, the ones who pulled their...
I can't speak to their hearts. I can't speak for them, so I'm not answering that.
I'll give you an answer to that. Your mic will pick it up just fine. Because I yell real loud.
No, just Tom.
That's things I can say. I think Quanell X lied. He lied to the community. I'm sure some of the parents heard this. He's a liar. And this is what happens when race hustlers lie. There's a lot of money in race hustling. I know Quanell X is poor. That's why I put this $1,000 up, because he has to work hard for that race hustle. Race hustle is an expensive business. Here it is, Quanell. $1,000 just says you lied about what Angela said.
You know, aside from this particular Quanell accusation, is there anything in your background you feel like the parents should question or have a right to question of you as a teacher?
No, I don't. And that's the last question I'm going to answer.
Let me answer this for Angela. How come it hasn't happened so far? If she's such a racist, how come there hasn't been complaint after complaint after complaint about her being a total racist? And how come there's no complaints? Where's the complaints? Where's the complaints? Did a parent complain about Angela saying these terrible things that Quanell X claimed? He says a parent came to him. Really? How come the parent didn't go to the principal? Randy Wallace said a parent complained to him. Really? How come the parent didn't go to the principal? I think they're both lying.
There's a lot of, not a lot, but, you know, obviously the school she teaches at is very diverse. A lot of different families, including Muslim children. So Kara would say that they're just, you know, watching out for these children and their parents who entrust them in her care. And I think you have seen on video, and I know you guys talked about it being taken out of context, what she said about bacon or pork or other things like that. Could you see how those parents would be concerned about?
Sure, let me answer it this way. If you've seen the show, you watched 2 or 3 episodes and see what we do. We go after anybody who either says something stupid, does something stupid, says something awful, does something bad to the country, tries to hurt anybody we know. We go after everybody. I played those clips for you. There's nobody skates. We hate everybody. When anybody says something dumb or tries to hurt the country, we hate them. Now, it can be temporary. They can say, you know, I'm sorry, I did this, and they can go back on it. That's fine. And in the case that you're talking about with Angela calling them bacon haters, we have terrorists who kill people and slice their heads off. And you know what? I'll call them bacon haters. I'll call them all kinds of names. Why? They deserve it. They're terrorists. Now, does that mean all Muslims are terrorists? No. Does it mean we hate all Muslims? No. But those, in this case, what happened was you had 8 women in, I believe it was Minnesota, who demanded that taxpayers give them halal food. They were on welfare, and they wanted halal welfare food. Now, even Quanell X told me that's against Islam to do that. So, if that's the case, they're fair game.
How does she feel? How do you feel about the diverse in different classrooms? I'm sure you have black students, Muslim students.
This is what is so offensive to me. Every school I've been to has been pretty much majority minority students. It is pathetic what this man did to me. It says a lot about him and his character. I have no problem where any child comes from. I have no problem with any religion a child has, what color their skin is, because I actually see character and not skin color. I treat a child as I would treat any other child. I love them all equally, and I am sickened that I even have to say that.
Ms. Box, if in fact Mr. X misquoted you, are you considering any legal action against him?
I'm not going to speak to that right now.
Who is your attorney?
His name is Lance Cargill.
L-A-N-C-E?
C-A-R-G-I-L-L.
Angela, there has been the statement about fornicating with goats. That's not the exact statement. You know what you said.
What did I say?
Good fuckers.
Go.
What? Did I say that on the air?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I saw a video one day, and I've seen a few of them of, I think it was Israeli surveillance, and it kind of looked like that was what was going on. So
you based that experience and kind of painted all of Muslims as somebody who fornicates.
And the
with
fact
goats?
that I have to say that is ludicrous. Of course not. But let me stop you. There are, I don't know how many billions of Muslims in the world. I don't know the exact number. It's estimated that about 10% are radicalized. That's a lot of pissed off Muslims, okay? Those are the people I'm talking about. And those are the people I'm not going to back down for, ever. So they can come at me. Care? I'm right here. Come at me.
Do you believe that you've been a good role model for all of your students?
Yes, I do. I've never brought my politics into the classroom. On no social media does it say where I work. People on my Facebook know I'm a teacher. It doesn't say where, it doesn't say what grade, it doesn't say what district. This is a manufactured story.
Do you feel like you'll be able to keep on being a teacher? Because you haven't been a teacher all your life, right? You've done other things.
Yeah, I have. I cannot speak to that right now.
And do you think your life as a teacher or whatever other career things you've done, do you think any of it has an impact on your qualifications to teach children?
No.
Do you think, or are you concerned that people will bring things up as they have, or?
Well, I mean, let's be real, the well's pretty poisoned at this point, thanks to Fox 26 and QuantLX. But, and all the other stations that decided to run very biased stories that did not seek the truth, that's neither here nor there. Yeah, I'm a very good role model for children. I'm a great teacher, and my students adore me, and I adore them. And I take offense to, I'm not mad at my parents, I'm not mad at my school. I actually adore the people I work with. I love everyone there. If I saw what was presented, I'd be like, whoa, she's nuts. But when you take things out of context and you put a racially charged narrative over the story, it changes everything. So I am a human being. Last week I was a private individual. I'm not a private individual anymore. Cool. I want this. I want this fight. I want this fight for people like me who are not afraid to stand up for themselves, because we are sick to death of being brandished and bludgeoned with the racism and the bigotry and the homophobe and the sexist. Enough. If you can't debate on the merits, then shut up.
Let me throw something in here too. I played clips here that irrefutably prove what Angela Box's heart is all about. If you see these clips and you walk out of here with anything else but a very different view than what Randy Wallace and QuantLX talked about, you're not paying attention to reality.
QuantLX told me yesterday that he'd be willing to come to Tommy's garage and do a debate.
I'll talk to him about it, but I'll tell you what. First, I want to hear from him about the $1,000.
And a question about that, Tommy. You said you talked to him about that today?
No, I talked to him about the. In fact, it was 2 hours before his press conference.
Bring up the Matt Patrick thing.
I asked because earlier you said you talked to him about it today, correct?
No, it wasn't today. I talked to him about this right before his first press conference.
Are you going to, I know he said openly, I'll debate it face to face.
I'll talk to him about it. Hope he brings a pillow.
Because that's the
He's gonna get
response he's
spanked.
offered us.
What's that?
That's the response he's offered us.
Yeah, I'll talk to him about it. I got his number. But if he wants his $1,000, here it is, right here, $1,000. Come get it. Or admit he lied. I'll tell you what. I'll make this offer to QuantLX. He can come on my program if he either proves Angela lied or admits he lied. I'm sorry, proves. Let me say it again. I'll let him on the program. And we'll have a nice debate. If you can either prove Angela Box said this, or he admits he lied. And then he can come on the program and debate all he wants. I want answers. I got $1,000 right here. It says he's lying.
Angela, you're not at school today. Are you on a leave of absence?
I took a half day today.
Any other questions? Angela's done? Anybody else have any questions? Great. Thanks, guys, for coming. Really appreciate it very much. On the way out, thanks for coming out, man. I appreciate it. On the way out, you guys are welcome to some beer in the refrigerator.
Oh, that's right. There should be a full fridge here, shouldn't there?
Exactly. On Thursday. Oh, by the way, on Thursday we shoot our next show. You're all welcome to come cover it if you want to.
Yeah, come on, because I'm going to have a more extensive statement on Thursday.
Yeah, let me, if you could, if you really want to.
Monologue.
Oh, yes, indeed.
We've had a couple of stations stop by and do the show. Just let us know in advance. We can make room for you. We have a full house every Thursday, and if I know you're coming, we can make seats for you.
7:30 Friday.
And I want to
That's
say this,
Thursday.
guys, before you leave.
I didn't start working on the show.
Don't you think it's time to quit editing things and making things look other than
That'd
what
be
it
nice.
really is? The media is responsible for that. The media is responsible for the way people think and the way they act.
We have a lot of
You've got the
uninformed
power
people
to
out
do
there.
it, and you can make things right. Don't you think it's time the media does exactly that?
This would be Exhibit A.
So what is
Taking a
the recording the show on Friday at 7:30?
Thursday.
Thursday at 7:30.
Thursday, 7:30. Did I say
It
Friday?
was on Friday.
Did I say Friday?
No, there was only that.
No, it was just a one-time shot. Yes, Thursday. Thursday at Thursday at
Thursday
Thursday,
7:30.
7:30.
Well, you want to be here earlier if you're gonna come by.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
We can't get out. We gotta wait.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Wait, I'll just wait. Do you guys all know each other? It's like this incestual
Of course.
pool of, like, y'all like go to work for different things. Oh yeah, I used to work here and there.
Every time there's a train wreck, or you guys all show up, right? Hey, how you doing?
For years.
Every time we show up together.
And this is Robert Pointer with Raging Elephants Radio, the official chaplain of Raging Elephants Radio. As you heard me say, it's time the media quit making things look different than what they are and quit racially charging these things that the way they cut and edit their tapes. It's time the media does their job the right way. RagingElephantsRadio.com.
Hey, what he said, I said.